Everybody been acting named Trina.
Hey, Trina.
Everybody, and I first thank God for another day clean. I want to thank the Pro Recovery for asking me to come out and share. Holly, thanks for sharing, babe. Thank you. Yeah, because it's important. We share our own experience. That's what we're here for, right? And like, I'm beat. I'm telling you, I just came back. I was stuck in Florida for the last 8 days. I just got home this morning. Went out there for a party. One of the girls. Come back Monday, you ain't coming back. Cancel. But nevertheless, I got back this morning. I get a text. I need you to share at 6 o'clock. Like, what? You know. But listen, I'm always willing to give back what's so freely given to me. So once again, I'm honored to be here. And I was looking at the theme. The thing talks about how free do you want to be? How free do you want to be? I want to be free as hell. What? You know, and I was reflecting, right? This is deep. Listen, this convention. Listen, I was high. My neighbors had come from this first convention. So this is how I first got here. Let me just back it up a little bit, right? I came here by way of my next door neighbor inviting me to an NA meeting. I don't know what happened. I never been a detox. I never been locked up. My father's a pastor. My mother go to church. They've been praying for me all their life. I don't know what happened this day. My next door neighbor asked me, you ever been clean before? Or you get high? Some shit she asked me. You get high. I said, you got high. I want to know if she had any coke. That's all I want to know. Shit, you know. But she's no. But I go to these meetings. Listen, I never even heard of these meetings. Never in my life heard of them. And listen, I'm backing up one further. I had a brother that was here 10 years before I got here. You heard me say I never heard nothing about NA. Never. My brother was clean 10 years before I got here. Because soon as I seen them coming, it was always, go get your kids from mommy. You got mind your business. That's all it was. But nevertheless, right, and that's what's so deep about this program. I'm home, right? Now, my neighbor tells me about this, but before I even meet her talking about recovery, I'm home. I live in an upstairs apartment. She lives downstairs. So I'm looking outside my window, a whole bunch of ruckus puckers out there. They just come from this first convention. They're outside my window. They're having fun. It was Minnie and Kathy and Georgette and Mubashir and Steve and George and a lot of people. They're outside my door. I wish they would shut the hell up. Right? But they were celebrating recovery. Right? This was in March of 1991. I'm talking about the attraction because I got clean in April of 91. I got clean right after that. I'm just talking about how this program is about attraction. You know, I'm thinking it's a party. I'm like, shit, what do they got going on? You know, I'm all high up. I was trying to figure out what's going on. But they were celebrating recovery. Because once I did come in, I understood that because I'm thinking, like I said, I've never been a detox, so I don't really know. I've never been a treatment. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think there's a whole bunch of people in here bullshitting, right? But me, in my head, you know, I don't know that I suffer from disease of addiction. All I know is you got the right one to bullshit now. That's all I know. You got the right one today. Because I don't know. Listen, when you get here, it's deep to admit that I don't know.
That's right.
I didn't even know I had a problem.
That's right.
Listen. I done lost jobs, I lost apartments, I lost houses, I lost kids, I lost everything. I didn't think I had a problem. I never heard of a disease. What the hell? I ain't got no diseases. I don't think so. I never heard of this. So I come, I sit, I listen. I'm very questionable about a lot of things because I don't know what's going on. I don't know these people. I only know my neighbor, Georgette, because she would give me money and give me food and stuff for my kids, right? When I said, listen, you know, you got some bread, you know, you got some sugar, you know, maybe can I borrow some money till I get my food stamps?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Know some real shit, right? But nevertheless, right, I didn't know nobody. The only other familiar face I knew was the boy Mubashir. See, I have brothers, right? I have 7 brothers at home. So I knew Mu because he knew my brothers. I didn't know nobody else. So you walk in this room and it's like, I don't know these people. I'm not like them. So I sit around and I'm looking and I'm very questionable about everything and everybody. And maybe who I can get over on. I got that in the back of my head too, somewhere. Maybe, let me see, I might get a trick with him. And maybe I could do this over there. You know, because when you don't know, you don't know. So I came to the meeting. And this wasn't until I had at least 2-3 weeks clean before I came to the meeting. Because I wasn't sure if I was done. Because I kept my bag of paraphernalia. I had a bag, kept my paraphernalia in. And I saved it for a while because I don't know. Well, you know, I don't know. I'm saving my shit. I got some rares of that shit. I'm not throwing my shit away. I wasn't sure. I went to the meeting and I sat and I'm looking around and I don't know. And I went to another meeting and they were laughing and they was talking and, you know, and what the fuck, you know, they were talking, but then like it got kind of deep. People were talking about themselves and they was talking about addiction and the things they did in addiction, things I said I'm taking to my grave. I was embarrassed and I was humiliated. I'm not talking, I don't know what they talking about that shit for, because they'll think I'm telling none of my business, because I'm not. Let's check this out. I said I've been evicted. And everybody in the neighborhood seen all my whole apartment sitting outside. But I'm not telling nobody my business. They already know your business. Your whole apartment sitting on the street. They know your business. But I was embarrassed. Listen, let me tell you how sick I was. I didn't think nobody knew. They know that was my stuff. Maybe I thought it was somebody else's stuff. Sick. No, I'm talking about denial, because denial will keep you sick and sick and sicker. That was just one place. Because I go into another place. And this time, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something different. And it's the same thing that happens again and again. I get evicted again. Whole apartment sitting outside on the street. And because it's an apartment building, maybe they don't know it's my stuff. I'm talking about the insanity. I didn't know that. Listen, I love the literature. If you don't have the literature, one thing that basic text says, if you have found this book, please give yourself a break and read it. Because there's so much identification where you can get out of denial. Because it wasn't about, because I could get things, I couldn't keep things. I was looking, listen, I'm born and raised right here in Lang City. I worked in this casino for a long time. And I was looking around like, what room was this? Because you had a whole lot of rooms, and we would come upstairs, and they would have different things going on. And I'm just saying, I would get things, and I would get a job, and I would get on my feet. But I would only substitute one drug for the next. And next thing you know, I'm off to the races again. But I told myself, I'm just maybe going to have a few shots of Henny. But now I need some Coke with that Henny, you know. But it's just insane, right? So I'm just grateful that I could... People, I gotta thank my predecessors who shared their experience, right? They gave me the courage to just open your mouth. Because I like you, I'm like, I'm not saying nothing. I was scared and I was intimidated and, you know, and I realized we all got the same thing in common. We use drugs that tore our ass up, right? Now, what do I want to do different?
That's right.
What do I want to do? Because I don't want to just stop using, but check it out. I've heard it said. You can stop and say stop if you want to. But if you, what? However, if you want what we have to offer, you got to do the work. Listen, I'm proud to say, listen, in a month, come on, Kathy. It be 35 fucking years I've been here, man. It's sometimes still unbelievable. I still can't believe this is my life. God has really, like, really, God? Really? Really? But you know what? Why not? Maybe you do deserve it. Because see, me and my self-esteem and disease to tell me you ain't worth nothing. But listen, I've been doing the work. I've been doing the work. I've done some work. Listen, I said I was stuck in Florida. Guess what? I was stuck with my sponsor in Florida for 8 days. Oh, I had a wonderful time. No, I've done the work, step work, over and over, the repetition cycle, right? But I've been able to stay here, right? We're talking about commitment. I've been able to stay here no matter what. I heard people say, no matter what. My sister died, my brother died, my other brother died, my sister died. Fuck. Life hurts. Life hurts. How free you want to be. Listen, you got to feel it. Can't run from it. I can't use. Listen, I tried to dress it up. I tried to sex it up. Let me tell you about them first 5 years of recovery. No, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't got time. Oh, we ain't got time. Because the first 5 years of recovery, but let me tell you something. The first 5 years was a hot mess. But you know what they told me? Just don't use. I had these same horse behaviors. I still had a sugar daddy who was giving me money. You know, come on. I ain't the only one. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm saying that to say the behaviors don't go away. But what they didn't say get out until you get your stuff together. They said keep coming back. That's what they told me. And I needed to hear that because myself and my sabotaging behind, I would sabotage and go, I don't even belong there. Because I'm still, when I leave the meeting, I be doing other shit. And they said, listen, you got to stop them behaviors.
That's right.
You got to stop them behaviors. And I knew one thing. Let me tell you one thing. I knew, I swear to God, I ever want to use again.
Okay.
I don't want to use no more.
Right.
So when I got threatened, if you don't change them behaviors, you're going to use.
Right.
I changed the behavior.
All right now.
And I say, in the 34 years, 11 months I've been here, relapse is not a part of my story. And no matter how much it hurt, no matter how much I've been through, and life hurts, man. But I ain't found a reason to use.
That's right.
I gotta feel what I gotta feel. And this very, people tell you recovery is easy. That's bullshit. It hurts sometimes. And you gotta just feel it. It's just hold on. I'm telling you, you gotta hold on because you don't know what's coming down the pipe. And people say, listen, I'll never use it again. I don't know. Listen, I got 3 kids and 13 grandkids. I don't know. Something happened to them. I don't know. See, because I don't know how to deal with my emotions on any given day. I don't. You know, I've been married to my husband. Putting up this old cute girl. I'm gonna be like, you know where I come from. But I'm talking about I've been committed.
I like that.
My daughter just turned 28 last month. So I've been with my husband at least 29 years.
Yes, you have.
Because I probably got pregnant the first day, probably. Who knows in my height? Whatever. Yeah, probably. But he married me. He married me. He made me a married woman. I'm married. And listen, we really celebrate 25 years of just being married. And listen to this one. I have not stepped outside of the marriage. I have not.
No.
When my mind says, oh, you want to play games? Oh, I'll show you something. The mind. Let me tell you some things I learned. And I love the fact that I learned this. I learned that I don't have to act the way I think. I don't have to act because my thinking says, I'll show you. Right? My thinking, but my listen, just this weekend, I was mad as hell. I wanted to leave. I'm going to get out of here, whatever. Sponsor, where's your first step at? I'm getting mad at her. I'm calling the airline. I'm getting out of here. She goes, no, I was going crazy. Sponsor said, no, this is an ample time for you to practice all the shit you taught. She said, now's the time to practice it.
That's right.
I set my ass down.
That's
But let me tell you the blessing though, right? Because we was there for a party, hung out for a couple of days, and it was time to leave the Airbnb. I have a timeshare that me and my husband had for the last 10 years. I called the people. Usually you got to call a month or two ahead of time. I said, I'm stuck here. Y'all got to help me out with something. We got you. How many days you need? I need 5 days. And there's 6 of us. Talking about the blessing. See, people at the airport and crying, I'm ungrateful, my ungrateful self. You got a place to go. That's only going to cost you maybe $200. Between the 6 of y'all, I know you got 200. My mom's got a good job. She got plenty of money. I ain't got none, but she got some. But I'm talking about, you know, these principles. I believe we're put in position when shit happens. We have to practice principles. Right in the mix. When life get rough, not when it's all going good and me and my husband on good. What about when it's rough and I want to leave?
Okay.
Or I want to bust him in the head with a hammer? No, because first thing he says, you're going to jail. He tells me that all the time. You're going to jail. Clean. And then I say, and you're going to be the first one there to get me the hell out. That's what he say. But we ain't got no money to be playing with like that. Because he's coming to get me. But I don't need to do that. But I'm talking about, right, this program talks about how free do you want to be. I want to be free. And I've come here and I found the courage because people gave me the courage. That's what you're talking about, predecessors and old timers. They shared their experience. It's fine. Nowadays you go to meetings and it's fine. Meetings is really good. And you're sharing a whole lot of what the literature says, and the literature says a whole lot of stuff. But does your life coincide with that? What's really going on? How you really getting along in your marriage? Have you stepped out your marriage? How many jobs? I lost jobs. I lost jobs. You know why? Because I go to work and gotta get comfortable after a year or two. Now I want to tell them what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Yeah, I still got these little attitudes.
Okay.
So now I got another interview lined up. I had one last week because the snowstorm, he didn't cancel. He called me yesterday and said, listen, I want you to come back Wednesday. But shut up!
That's right.
Because I know, listen, you learn from your own patterns. Don't laugh. You must get relieved, right? Yeah. You get there, you're there a year or two, you run around like you're the boss. Hey, Miss K, hey, Miss K. Bitch, this is not your place. This is not your place.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? I had to learn. So I think I finally learned the lesson.
It's okay.
Listen, I'm talking about years clean. Don't let clean time fool you that I've been clean all this time and I got it all figured out. I ain't got it all figured out. That's why I still come to meetings. I come to meetings because I need to expose my disease. Because it said, if you don't expose your disease is going to expose you.
All right.
Front. Ain't nobody got no time to be fronting.
I know that's right.
No, I was home, I was laying down trying to get myself together, then I'm trying to figure out, do I want to get all dressed? Girl, just go to the meeting.
Let's go to the meeting.
Holly said, this is just a meeting. Let me get to the meeting.
That's right.
Because then I'm hungry, so I need to eat after the meeting.
Right.
But listen, I'm honored. Listen, I love this program. This program has given me courage, man. Listen, I couldn't, Kathy, remember for years, I wouldn't even shed a tear. I was so full of arrogance and self-righteousness that I wouldn't even freaking cry.
Okay.
Now I cry out of gratitude.
There you go.
Gratitude.
That's right.
That's where the tears come from. I'm grateful that I ain't got to use. I'm grateful. Life hurts, but life is really good. You know, it's really good when it's good, and I enjoy it. But you know what I mean. But when it's bad, it hurts. You know, it's up and down. You know. But listen. I'm at a place in my life where my needs are met.
Add it up.
My needs are met, right?
That's right.
I've been out of work. I said I ain't worked in the last 2 years. But listen, my needs are met.
Your needs are met.
Listen, my house is paid for.
Okay.
My car is paid for.
Okay.
My timeshare is paid for.
Okay.
I can just get, you know what I mean? And they're just little things. They're just little things. But it happened in the meeting. It happened when I sat here and I told you what I was going through, good, better, and different. It happened when I said, guess what, I lost this job. It happened when I said, I'm going to leave my husband. And Spawn said, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. No, you're not. Is he beating the shit out of you? No. Is he running around with other women? No. Oh, he just ain't doing things your way. Right, he's not doing things my way. And I'm sick of his shit. Yeah, some old temper tantrum shit. Because that's what it is. Some old temper tantrum when you ain't doing things what I say you should do. I asked you to take that trash out. And I went out and came at the trash still sitting there. Really? Really? I had lost my damn mind over the garbage. I'm talking about this disease will jack you up. So I'm telling you, you know why? Because I've seen people go through things and it's so minute and it's so petty that it ain't worth it. Right? It ain't. So I learned to come in here and my life ain't no secret.
Okay.
No matter what's going on, I share. You know why? Because when I got clean, people shared and they were telling their truth. A lot of times you go to meetings, you go, what are they talking about? What's going on? What's the topic? What's the thing? What's going on? I don't need you to read that paragraph. I get it. What's going on? Tell me how I can get through life and not use it. Nothing or nobody. I don't want to cheat because I'm mad. I don't want to steal because it looks easy.
Right.
I was in Dunkin' Donuts this morning, and I was ordering coffee, and there was 2 water bottles sitting here. My mom said, take one, take one, take one. Girl, petty shit. Look how petty that is. I'm ordering coffee from the man, and 2 water bottles sitting right there. And all my mom kept saying, I looked at him and said, take one, take one. I got water over there. I'm talking about this disease. If we're not careful, this disease will tear your ass up. I'm telling you. So listen, I'm grateful. Listen, I got a sponsor. If you ain't got I love my sponsor. I love her. I love her. She constantly reminds me about going through the steps. She constantly reminds me situations are here for us to practice so I can get through them. I need to practice everything I think I got. Everything I think I got, I'm going to have a situation now, deal with it.
right.
You say you got a 6 and 7, where's it at? Where's it at? You say you got some humility, where's it at? Where's it at? So I got to practice, you know. So listen, I love NA. You know, I love the program. I love what it's done to my life. It's gave me courage. It's given me confidence. And I got a disease. Some days my courage goes to the gutter.
Right.
I be doing fine. All of a sudden, it's a piece of crap. Like, where'd that come from? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, I'm in school for some stuff, and I've been procrastinating, and you know, and it'll say, I got an email the other day, don't forget you still, I know, and I'm going to get mad at the people, because you sent me a friendly reminder. Wow. Yeah. And my sponsor said, no, she said, get it done. But I want to get them an attitude. I want to get them, listen, the phone, not even the email to people. I want to tell them why you all in my life. I'll get to it when I get to it. You know, because it's procrastinating. I need to do what I need to do. I set a goal and I need to do what I need to do.
Right.
You know, this program is awesome. It's awesome. You know, I came in here just to stop using drugs, and my whole life has changed. My whole life.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I said I'm gonna stop. I said I'm gonna stop the coke. You know what I mean? But all the behaviors, all the attitudes, and listen, this is a whole lifetime process. It don't happen overnight. Listen, I still got to, you know, do work. I'm still going to be presented with situations, and I gotta practice the principles. Gotta practice. You know, I've learned to give back what's so freely given to me. You know, I talked about serving, and listen, I've been serving on a Narcotics Anonymous hotline in Atlantic City since I had 90 days clean. You call my house, you call the hotline right now. Tell them you're in Atlantic City at a meeting. They're going to direct you to my house. Check it out. My daughter and my husband are going to answer the phone. There's a meeting list right there and say, my mom's not in, but you need a meeting? They got the information because it sits right by the phone. And I try to get off. They call me every year at my anniversary. Is this Trina Mo? Yeah. You still want to serve? I said, you let somebody else do it. No, you've been doing fine. Listen, because I do want to pass it on. 30-something years I've been on this hotline. Answer the phone. I ain't got no problem with it. Sometimes people want to talk. Sometimes they want to meet you. Sometimes it depends on what's going on. I'll come pick you up. Let's go. Where you at? You show up? I'm on my way. Tropicana, I'm on my way. I'll come get you. You ain't got to take your car to the garage. I'll come get you to the meeting. Because that's what the program has taught me. Because when I go out of state and go out of town, that's what I use. The hotline.
That's right.
Right? I was in Miami on the beach. Me and my nieces went down Miami. And I said, I'm going to. They said, you're not going. I said, yes, I am. I called the hotline. This guy answered the phone, said they're going to come get me. So they come, this white man. My niece said, you're not going with him. I said, that's my people. I'm going. That's my people. I said, we good. We good. She said, I'm going with you. I had like 4 of my nieces, so one of them went with me. I said, trust me, I'm good. And this program, listen, I love this program so much, it's so deep. I would tell my daughter who travels and goes to places, if you ever get lost and something happens, find an NA meeting. I tell my daughter that. If you ever get lost and something you're not sure, find a meeting. Because somebody now, we got some weirdos in here. I'm a little weird myself. But you know what I'm saying? Don't laugh. But there'll be somebody to help you out. Tell them my mom and dad's in recovery. And just maybe you can help me out. Tell them. And I told her that. That's some real shit. Because you never know. You know what I mean? So listen, man, this program has done far more for me than I ever expected. I'm just grateful to be here. That's where my joy comes from. That's where my excitement comes from. I'm still excited because I'm still open. I still want to learn more. I still want to give back more. Okay. I want to give people. I love when newcomers come in. Yeah, you can do this. Right. Yeah, I ain't going to bullshit you and tell you it's easy. And it hurts sometimes. But just keep coming. Learn how to feel what you feel. They ain't going to kill you. You feel like you're going to die, but you're not. I promise you. Because a lot of times I say, that's it. And listen to people coming and join you. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you're going, but you're not. It just hurts. But listen, we ran from feelings all our life, right? I ain't got to run no more. Now I got to feel. So listen, I'm honored to be here with Cable Ad and say, listen, you want to share? Listen, I don't care. I'm with it. I'm down. I'm down with the get down. So I'm looking forward to a hell of a weekend, hanging out, meeting some new people. I'm glad we all here because listen, this is our program.
Yes, it is.
This is ours. That's what I love. It's ours. We are a mixed group of minority people that come from all walks of life, and this is ours, man. Ain't don't get no better than this. Thanks for letting me say.